What if I told you that Ukraine has just transformed one of its old defensive missiles into a long-range strike weapon capable of hitting 150 miles deep into Russia, even putting Moscow in danger? This isn't science fiction, it's happening right now, and it could change the entire war. Hello, everyone, welcome back to the channel. Future Force, Skies and Skills, please subscribe and like my videos. Today we are diving deep into one of the most astonishing developments in the ongoing Russia-Ukraine conflict, the story of Ukraine's modified Neptune missile, a weapon that was once designed for coastal defense, now reshaped into a tool capable of striking 150 miles inside Russian territory. This advancement not only changes the balance of power in the battlefield, but also raises serious questions about Moscow's vulnerability and the future trajectory of this war. From the design and exterior modifications of the missile to the interior components, to the actual performance results witnessed in combat, safety features, and the unique selling points that make this missile stand out, all the way down to its comparative price and the ultimate conclusion about its significance, we will explore every detail. The exterior of the Neptune missile tells the story of Ukrainian ingenuity. Originally adapted from the Soviet Kh-35, the Neptune has undergone significant modifications since its introduction. At first glance, it looks like a sleek and elongated cruise missile with a body designed to minimize drag and improve aerodynamics. The modified versions being used now are not simply anti-ship missiles anymore, but have been upgraded to serve as long-range land attack systems. The length of nearly 5 meters gives it a commanding presence, while the slim wings and stabilizers fold outward during launch to provide control and stability in mid-flight. Painted in a grayish-blue tone for camouflage, its exterior is a marriage of functionality and stealth. The changes allow it to be launched from mobile ground-based platforms, making it harder to detect and destroy before it even enters the battlefield. Ukrainian engineers have reinforced the missile body with heat-resistant materials that can withstand higher altitudes and longer ranges, essentially turning an originally defensive weapon into a cutting-edge offensive strike tool. Moving deeper inside, the interior of the Neptune missile is where the true magic happens. And this paragraph deserves close attention because the internal systems define its success. At its core lies a turbojet engine adapted and upgraded to deliver enhanced thrust and fuel efficiency, making those 150-mile strikes possible without compromising stability. The missile carries an advanced inertial navigation system combined with GPS guidance, ensuring that it can maintain accuracy even in the presence of Russian electronic jamming. Inside the nose cone, the radar homing seeker has been redesigned and recalibrated to lock on to not only maritime targets, but also fixed land-based targets, making it versatile in application. The warhead itself weighs nearly 330 pounds of high-explosive charge, capable of devastating strikes against infrastructure, command centers, or strategic fuel depots. Ukrainian modifications have also included new circuit boards, miniaturized processors, and improved data links that allow real-time updates mid-flight. This is significant because even if Russia attempts to move or disguise its targets, the missile can adjust course based on live intelligence. The internal fuel tank layout has been restructured to balance weight distribution, meaning the missile maintains stability even during evasive maneuvers. The wiring is shielded with protective coatings to prevent electromagnetic interference, and advanced fail-safe codes are built into the guidance computer to ensure that in the case of malfunction, the missile self destructs rather than be captured intact by Russian forces. All these factors demonstrate that the interior of Neptune is not simply a weapons shell, but a carefully engineered ecosystem designed to guarantee precision, reliability, and adaptability on the modern battlefield. When analyzing performance, the Neptune missile has already proven its worth in combat. It gained international fame when Ukraine used it in April 2022 to sink the Russian Black Sea Fleet flagship, the Moskva, a loss that shocked Moscow and electrified Kiev's allies. The new modified Neptune takes that legacy further. With a speed of around 600-900 km/h, it travels low to the ground or water to avoid radar detection, a technique called cease, skimming, or terrain hugging flight. This low-altitude cruising makes interception by Russian air defense systems much more difficult. Its range extension to 150 miles means that Ukraine can now strike command posts, ammunition depots, and supply lines far behind the front lines, disrupting logistics and reducing Russia's operational flexibility. In tests and real battlefield scenarios, the missile demonstrated an accuracy within 10 meters of the intended target, which is remarkable for a cruise missile operating in contested airspace. Even when facing advanced Russian air defenses like the S-300 and S-400, the Neptune has shown surprising survivability by using deceptive flight paths and radar, evading maneuvers. Its performance proves that Ukraine, despite limited industrial resources, has been able to design a weapon system that rivals some of the world's most advanced cruise missiles. Safety features in weapons might sound unusual, but they play a critical role in both operational control and preventing accidents. The Neptune includes several layers of safety. Firstly, it has secure arming codes that prevent unauthorized launches. Secondly, the missile is designed with a self-destruct mechanism that activates if the guidance system fails or if it strays off course, ensuring it does not cause unintended civilian casualties. Fuel compartment insulation minimizes the risk of accidental detonation during storage or transport, which is vital considering these missiles are often moved across rough terrains under combat conditions. Additionally, Ukraine has implemented electronic locks requiring multiple verification steps before a launch sequence can begin, significantly reducing the chances of human error. These safety measures illustrate that while the Neptune is a deadly offensive weapon, it is also engineered with responsibility and risk mitigation in mind. What makes the Neptune stand out are its unique selling points. Unlike Western supplied weapons like the Storm Shadow or the HIMARS rockets, the Neptune is Ukraine's own innovation, a homegrown system born out of necessity. This independence ensures that Kiev is not entirely reliant on the pace or conditions of Western military aid. Another selling point is its adaptability. Originally designed as an anti-ship missile, it was quickly modified into a land attack weapon, proving the flexibility of Ukrainian engineers. Cost-effectiveness is another major advantage. Estimates suggest that each Neptune costs far less than imported cruise missiles, meaning Ukraine can produce and deploy more of them without exhausting its defense budget. Furthermore, its mobile launch platforms allow for shoot and scoot tactics, making them survivable in a war zone full of Russian drones and counter-battery fire. In addition, the Neptune sends a symbolic message to Russia and the world. Ukraine has the capability to innovate, manufacture, and adapt sophisticated military technologies despite bombardment and industrial limitations. This alone boosts national morale and demonstrates resilience to allies and enemies alike. When it comes to price, while exact figures are classified, military analysts estimate that each modified Neptune missile costs around $500 to $700 to produce. This is significantly cheaper compared to Western equivalents like the Tomahawk cruise missile, which can cost over $5 million per unit. This affordability provides Ukraine with a huge strategic advantage, the ability to deploy multiple missiles without breaking the bank. Russia, on the other hand, has to expend expensive interceptors to shoot them down, creating a cost imbalance that works in Ukraine's favor. For a fraction of the price, Ukraine is threatening Moscow's infrastructure and forcing Russia to expend precious resources on defense. In conclusion, the modified Neptune missile is more than just a piece of hardware. It represents Ukraine's determination, intelligence, and capacity to adapt under pressure. Its exterior design provides stealth and survivability. Its interior systems give it accuracy and reliability. Its performance on the battlefield demonstrates lethal effectiveness, and its safety features ensure responsibility in deployment. The unique selling points highlight its adaptability, affordability, and symbolic value, while the price comparison shows why it is a game changer. The fact that a missile originally designed to defend coastlines has now been modified to strike 150 miles into Russia illustrates how the war is constantly evolving. Moscow must now contend with the reality that its own territory is not beyond the reach of Ukrainian innovation. For Ukraine, this weapon provides not only military advantages, but also psychological and political leverage. The story of the Neptune missile is therefore not just about technology, but about a nation's will to survive and fight back against overwhelming odds. And as this conflict continues, the role of weapons like Neptune will only grow more significant, shaping the battlefield and rewriting the rules of modern warfare.